in today's session. On to a corporate conversation then. Signature Global has entered into a strategic collaboration with Italian lifestyle brand Tonino Lamborghini. The company has also reduced debt to 200 crore rupees, which is at an all-time low. Now, let's get chatting with Rajat Kathuria, the CEO of the company, who is joining in. Rajat, good morning. Thank you for taking time out. Explain the nature of this collaboration to us first. Is this just a licensing play, or are you going to be building projects based on their specifications as well? Tell us more on this.
Sure, Mangalam, thanks for inviting us to your show. So, Mangalam, Sector 71 in Gurgaon, which is on the southern peripheral road, is one micro market where we own significant amounts of land, and it's quite significant to us. So we are planning our next launch, which is above 12 acres of land. That will be the first one for this year, and we'll have a GDV potential in excess of 4,000 crores. So this is a high-rise development wherein we have partnered with this iconic luxury lifestyle brand Tonino Lamborghini, and they'll be helping us with the design aspects and the branding side of it. Whereas the construction, sales, and all other activities will be done by Signature Global.
All right, we take that point. Rajat, this is Mangalam here. The first couple of questions asked by my colleague Horma is out there as well. No worries. Just wanted to understand a couple of things. We speak about launching a premium product in a market where we might see peaking demand. If you don't reach the decided top line, will you not get the flat fee as well? I'm just trying to understand how demand is right now, because there have been concerns around delayed or slowing growth in the NCR region.
So, Mangalam, first apologies for mixing names. But yeah, I think we've heard these concerns over the last 12 to 15 months, but by and large, the demand has been steady. Okay, it's not really shot up, it's not spiked. We've seen a fairly steady demand over the last 5 to 6 quarters. Even if you look at the last year, by and large, we've been doing that 2,000 crores of sales a quarter, and it has stayed steady. Maybe. And bulk of the projects which we launched were also in upper mid segment. They weren't really at the lower middle income group positioning. So, we are seeing steady demand. The numbers are not too large. We are coming up with a stock of about 800 odd apartments. And we are seeing that, as you launch, you are able to sell, a portion of these units right at the start of the project itself.
Rajat, what's the situation on ground currently? How has demand been this quarter, at least in the fourth quarter gone by? There was this 1 month full of the war in Iran. There have been some concerns with regards to the cycle as well, plateauing out. What has been the situation on ground, and have you seen any impact because of the war and the subsequent impact on remittances and so on and so forth?
So, I wouldn't disagree that macro headwinds are kind of, impacting the, emotion of customer, and there are a set of people who want to hold on with the purchase, but I think it's a fairly large and deep market. There are people who are coming forward and doing the purchase, and that's why we are also going ahead with this particular launch. But at the corporate level, we are taking abundant precaution. We even announced this trade with RMZ Group, where we've, offloaded about 50% stake in one of the subsidiary entities. And, that really makes our balance sheet position very healthy. Our net debt position is as low as ever. It's down to about, INR 2 billion. And for the last few years, we've never seen such a good, healthy cash position for the company. So, we are not going ahead with very massive acquisitions at this stage, but we are open to collaborations. We'll keep cash position strong. And, we are focusing on completion, sales, business as usual. So, not really taking any significant hit to the corporate strategy, while all these situations are evolving.
Have there been any impacts to your projects, your ongoing ones, Rajat, because of the supply chain disruption? Has there been cost escalations and so on?
No, so all building materials are available. They're mostly locally manufactured. Yes, prices have been a little on the rise, but one will have to see, how this entire situation, plays out over the coming weeks. But so far, I think there is no supply disruptions in place. Labor is a little lower, but I think that should get back to normative levels. So by and large, I think no significant disruptions as far as business activities are concerned.
All right, final question before we let you go. Your pre-sales down 5% in the fourth quarter. You have collections down about 22% as well. You had given us an inkling around the third quarter that, you may face some sort of, slowdown in demand. Was the number that you've reported in line with your own expectations, or do you think you could have done a little better? And while we have you with us, if you could give us an inkling into what you're expecting from FY27.
So see, the number is down vis-a-vis, our expectations at the start of the year. And we could sense that, by the time we were closing out on third quarter, and that's why, we gave that heads up that, yes, we are not achieving the kind of guidance we had suggested at the start of the year. But, we need to put into perspective a slightly longer term cycle rather than just, quarterly performance. So over the last, between fiscal year 22 and 25, we were almost growing at about 60% sales CAGR. So last year was a bit of, decline vis-a-vis, the year prior to that. But we are expecting, growth in this particular year. The numbers, are yet being contemplated, but, we expect growth in this particular year. Let's see what kind of guidance, the board finalizes.
FY26 pre-sales were down 20%, area was down 35%, collections were down about 10% as well, closer to 4,000 crores. So obviously there will be growth on a favorable base. Just wanted your thoughts on how much more it'll be, because CAGR of 60%, like you pointed out, on a high base, difficult to achieve the same kind of numbers, but obviously on a low base of a decline in FY26, you could see about mid-teens or sort of 20% sort of growth at least on the pre-sales and area and collection, right?
No, Mangalam, definitely. I'm not talking about a 4 or 5% growth. I'll rather call that flat rather than calling growth. But yes, we are definitely seeing a double-digit growth on a favorable base. But we are yet to decide on that exact number, so I don't want to kind of preempt it.
Rajat, thank you for sparing time and joining us. Wish you good luck for FY27 as well. Take a short break, focus on the bond markets on the other side with Manisha Gupta.